Now, 20-year-old Rashan Charles died after he was restrained by a police officer. An inquest found his death was accidental, but how has it affected his community's relationship with the police? Noel Phillips has been to Dalston in London to find out.
No justice, no peace! No justice, no peace!
I have minimal trust for the police.
It brings to light even more how important it is that we're doing this kind of work.
Before you heard his name chanted in the streets of East London and his final moments alive captured on CCTV, 20-year-old Rashan Charles was enjoying life as a dad.
I look at his picture every day and he's not there. I think about he loved to shop and he loved his clothes and it's just this moment, this road, this shop, it's just so hard. It's just so hard. And he's left behind a little daughter.
Rashan, or Rashman to his friends, grew up in Dalston. He was known to the police and had a few brushes with the law. This should have been a straightforward arrest. A police officer chased Rashan into a shop in Dalston. There is a struggle as the officer wrestles him to the floor. It is claimed that Rashan tried to swallow an object whilst being arrested. In the aftermath of his death, riot police clashed with protesters, burning mattresses and throwing rocks. I was there that night and saw just how angry people were. Rashan's great-uncle Rod Charles is a former Metropolitan Police Chief Inspector. Like many, he too is searching for answers.
This is not about the entire police force, this is about conduct of individual officers on a particular night. The problem that stems from that is when senior officers don't make appropriate decisions post-incident, it doesn't damage relations with the communities by a few years, it sets it back generations.
A year on, and I've come back to find out what is being done to address people's anger. This area became the epicenter of violence that night, and despite efforts by the police to rebuild relations, what remains is a lasting reminder of what happened to Rashan Charles.
When someone asks me why I don't trust police, I told them, Rashan's why, innit? And when I lit the candle, I could feel the pain inside.
The disorder had been building for months, according to this community activist who helped to organise protests.
I just want justice.
But setting your own community alight, smashing shops, that's not the way, is it?
Obviously, I'm not condoning. See, when people are grieving, yeah, like, I'm not judging man for how they're grieving, you know what I'm saying? What I'm saying is that there's more productive ways.
The police accept Rashan's death has since left tensions between them and some local people.
There are other areas on Hackney that I would say we need to work a lot harder at in building those relationships with young people and some minority communities.
I love it, I care about it a lot.
This is 23-year-old PC Tamsin Island, who is responsible for policing Dalston. Now that everyone in this community is searching for answers, I want to know what is being done by the police to re-engage with the community.
I have minimal trust for the police. My views are probably extreme, I will acknowledge, but I can't even say every life or death situation I was necessarily called the police. There'd be very, very few situations where I turn to the police.
Yeah, that's such a shame, and that's something that we have to try really hard to change. And a lot of people, so working in this market, I'm here every day, and I know that a lot of people, previously they haven't wanted to call us even when they're seeing crime taking place. It's obviously the last thing that I ever want to hear, but it's not. But I know that's the case for a number of people.
Mia's take on how some young people see the police is hardly a surprise. Rashan's death last year followed protests across London following the death of other black men in police custody. What would you say to those people who say we can never trust the police?
I'd say give us a chance. My police officers, they come from all walks of society. They reflect the community in many ways. They're young people. They understand some things that young people are going through.
The anger I saw on these streets last summer has left me wondering if the opportunity to see real change may have been missed. But as Rashan's family mourn and this community seeks answers, the police say they are optimistic about the future.